Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Leaders Only live digital show and podcast brought to you by What a Change Mentoring Inc. and Tone Drone TV. I'm your host, Kendall.
I'm Semaj.
And man, it's a blessing to be here on this beautiful, lovely, gorgeous afternoon. Um, we are prepared to give you a wonderful show. We please ask that you invite your friends to check out our show. If you're at home having a watch party, subscribe to our channel. We ask that you share, like, hit the bell, and comment below. And if you're watching after the show and after the live stream, we ask that you put a pound replay in the comments below.
Yes.
So, last week we tackled the curfew that was enforced in PG County. So on a follow-up, they spoke to a lot of the youth. And we got two twin brothers that reside in District Heights. They're 15 years old. They're twins. One is Stephen Carter, and the other, his brother, is Stephen Carter. They both just gave their perspective and their thoughts on it. And basically what they really were saying was they knew that the curfew was coming. They really similarized it as it was as when they did the COVID-19 curfew. It's like, yeah, it was here, but really nobody really enforced it. Kids still was out, people still was out after curfew. So they were just saying their take on it is, yeah, but it really don't affect them because they're in the house anyway after before 10. So. What you feel about that?
I mean, I don't. One of them felt like it didn't bother him because he was in the house before 10, in which I agree with. Children are supposed to be in the house at a respectable hour if they have, guardians that care. But it's the same thing. I feel similar to the way they feel. That nothing works unless it's enforced. So if a police officer or if the community is not taking it serious and getting the kids off the street, then there's no reason. But like I said, it make you look deeper if nobody is enforcing it. Sometimes things are put out just to say that they did it so they can move forward to the next step that they really want to do. They know curfew won't work, so let's just say that we put it out there, and which is still up to the parent and the parents or the guardians anyway to enforce your rules of your household. Then comes outside rules. So it wasn't something that was going to make or break. It was just a suggestion, and it's a trial and error. But nothing works unless it's enforced. And you want it enforced by the people who set the law, since they set it. But then before you get to the law, so the children are not getting locked up, you want to enforce the rules of your household. So then when they go out, step outside of your household, your rules are within the rules. So it doesn't even feel like they're following the rules set by the government or, whatever legislator. It feels like you're just following your parent or your guardian's rules. And I feel like that would make it, have some more emotional connection because, you could look at both of the responses and neither kid don't care. Like, it's not something it's like, whatever. So
Yeah,
that's another issue that we just have in itself. Like, if you have laws, if you have rules, and nobody respects them, it's like having a losing coach. He can't get his team riled up, nobody respects him. So it's the same thing with rules. If you have rules but you're not enforcing them, then ain't nobody gonna respect them. Or you only enforcing rules when it gets to murder, and then you want to go and trial a kid as an adult. That's when we're reacting. We're not being proactive. So.
right.
If things ain't going to be enforced, it's just going to continue to be the same thing.
Correct. Yeah, and then like we said, it is like a 30-day trial. So it's like, yeah, like you said, it's just like, yeah, we doing it, okay, hopefully it works, but if it don't, oh well, type of situation. But it is good that the youth is getting a chance to speak out, and we do appreciate the twins and their feedback. Yeah, but it's a curfew still in effect. It's still in PG County. It's still the same hours. Kids need to be in between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. during the school weekdays, and then on the weekend they get an extended hour. You have to be in between the hours of before midnight and 5 a.m.
Yeah, so they get 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. So yeah, uh, I would like to enlighten y'all that this is the last episode of our first season, and we greatly just appreciate for y'all taking y'all time out of y'all day, man. Whether it's catching an old replay show, whether it's catching us on live on Sundays, whether you could be watching a football game or anything, but you tuned in with us, man. So those who are tuned in, man, we greatly appreciate everything. Um, we ask that you continue to give us your feedback, your thoughts, your pain, your love, and just anything that we could touch on that you need, anything that we could be corrected on that you have, any information that we can learn from and take in, just reach out, man. You could DM us on our Leaders Only page on Instagram. You can also touch us on our email, the Leaders Only Show 22 at gmail.com. You can comment on the live stream as we're going on with the show, and you also can hit pound replay with your comments after the show. So it's all type of ways that you can get in contact with us, man. And just like I said, we are so grateful to be at this point in this show, man, and it's greatly appreciated.
All right, and also continue to worry about your mental hygiene, your emotional awareness.
Yes, sir.
Continue to use the emergency number, the 988. We also have an announcement for nutrition, cooking, and physical activity educational services. It's free. You can learn about healthy eating, disease prevention, grocery shopping with a budget, staying fit, cooking. It's a 6-week nutrition class that will help prepare you and your family to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Children are welcome. It's definitely open to caregivers with children. It's at Our Saviour's Lutheran Church at 4915 St. Barnabas Road. That's Temple Hills, Maryland, 20748. And the dates are determined to be determined. And they're just waiting to get at least 8 people. We just spoke to Miss Kathy, and you could email Miss Kathy to sign up at KAGABRIELSEN@peoplepc.com, and I'm pretty sure that we'll put it on the screen and in the description, so you can email her. But yeah, it's a great opportunity for families to do what we've been emphasizing, and learning how to grow your own food and cook and stay healthy.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Another way to reach out, another way to get in tune with your body and love your body and appreciate yourself, man, and build unity within your family. Following up the story from about the son that shot his father, that also was in PG County and killed his mother and little brother last week. The father will be speaking on September 24th at the Mental Health Alliance. That's hosted by and sponsored by Lisa Ray. It will be in Poolsville, Maryland, at the Congressional Polo Club. And I know my brother Semaj. I know you wanted to kind of get your thoughts on a couple of things about the father and the son.
Yeah, I mean, we just didn't touch on the fact that it was the father's gun.
Mm-hmm.
So then the father could possibly be feeling some type of guilt, which is allowing him to be, so forgiving.
Right.
Also, I mean, before getting any of the information and not hearing a testimony or anything, from the son, a lot of things pass through my mind, with all these Netflix shows and stuff like that. You wonder if the father did it, did they conspire together?
Right.
A lot of stuff just went through my head when I seen that it was the father's, the parents' gun. Then, why was the gun out, or did the child go get it?
Right. Where was the gun located?
Did they talk about, possibly, if somebody came in here, this is how you protect your mother or your brother, sister. Is that the reason why the kid knew where it was at? If not, then like my number one question would be like, what was going on for a gun to be present? I believe they're in Maryland. I don't know the laws as far as being able to just carry in Maryland, but that is something I will look up so I can follow. The next time we come back, I can at least say that these are the laws. But I did think about that, like, why was this gun around? And then, is that why does the father feel guilty, remorseful, like all that? And I wish I would have said that prior to, because as soon as we left, I was like, yo, that's probably why. You know what I mean? Or it's a thought that passed through my mind. So yeah, those are some of the things that I just wanted to know. And then just the gumption and the guts for a child to, actually go through with the action on people that, maybe, he's attached to. He came through his mother's portal. So for you to do it to your mother is like the ultimate flame. But then I also think, like, is he playing Grand Theft Auto? Do he think his mom coming back? Or like, just like when you get mad, you can shoot somebody, kill them, and then like they'll be back.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I just turned the game off.
Right,
I just was thinking of Call of Duty, where it ain't nothing but it's just all day. Kill in their mind. Then it goes with the music. But if you play video games, I feel like video games have more of a effect over a child's mind because they're actually seeing it. You gotta actually paint words, so you could hear Lil Wayne say something, or you could hear Lil Durk say something. But you gotta actually watch the video, and the video actually has to allude to these things. And a lot of times, the videos aren't alluding to these things; they just literally have the props. So the gun might be there, and they're just standing around jumping with guns. But it be the video games or these movies that be real gruesome, or not having just having a mature M on something. I could still control the controller, or just having a maturity M17 like little symbol on a video game. Man, if these parents not seeing, you can have sex on the video game. Like you can go up and smack you can act like you a pimp and just smack the hooker on the street. Like I said, you could just think for 1 second you could play this. And I remember being a child, how we, like the PlayStation would come out or whatever new game, you would play that all night and to the next day and then play a season. But that was the thing more so for us. We were more so into sports games. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't as gruesome. It was just like NBA Live, Madden. Tiger Woods start coming. Then you might have played James Bond. And that was like one thing. Like now it goes to the point where these kids can play online. They have team like crews, you talking, so you still getting the audio, but you still getting the audio because y'all are talking amongst each other, and they have it sectored off into teams, so it's like literally your gang, your crew, whatever y'all name is, y'all can go rob another crew on the video game, man. Like I said, man, when you it's just things that I be thinking, like I always wonder, like when somebody be like, yo, you get 3 wishes, or if you had a genie, what would be your 1 wish? I would always wish I could know what somebody else is thinking. Like, not guess, not possibly feel where you coming from. Like, I want to know what somebody else was thinking at that moment, at any moment. Like, damn, I wonder what's on this person's mind.
Yeah.
Because then we'll be able to know, opposed to sometimes people be influenced by the things they see, too, and then they custer and muster up a story, too. Like, the video game made me do it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I really want to see without somebody influencing, like, yo, what was really going on in mind? Or do they really think their parents or these people be coming back? Like, to do it, like, so easy and see it at this level. I remember back in the day, it was just more, I feel like it was so many more fights with your fists because nobody wanted to even take it to that level.
Right.
Like, now it's like nobody wants to lose. And I think, like, that's a big difference in the way we are being brought up.
Yeah, because the main thing I heard, I just at the weekend, this weekend, I was at the football game. The main thing you hear is ops. Even the kids, they on the football field, that's our ops. You know what I'm saying? The parents are saying ops. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of the slangs and the things that they hear and the things that they see, they really doing it, just like you touched on, the video game is so real too. It's really real. Like the vibration of the controller when the gun is shot. You know, just the adrenaline off of that. They want to feel if this really how it feels to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're drilling in the vibrations and when you shoot somebody, because now they got the games like with the Call of Duty, they got the body armor. You know, the vest come with the game now.
Oh, wow.
So if you get shot, you can really feel it and the vibrations. You know, so it's too much and it's too intense and it's so influencing these kids so much that they trying to feel what it really feel like. You know, is this really real? You know, and then when it happens, it's too late. You know, so
Yeah.
man.
Or, just underachieving parents. You know what I'm saying? This what goes into, like I said, just having children so early that you shift your focus, or sometimes, or a lot of times, from observation. You know, I'm not saying that this is the way it is with everybody, but from my observation, parents use children as a convenient excuse to give up on life. You know, to just do the bare minimum. Basically, I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna take care of my child, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But taking care of the child doesn't really turn into a full-time job, because you really still be cut in the corner so you can get as much free time as you can, instead of, like I said, man, you better start looking at these children as investments, because that's who's going to be taking care of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And my dad is blessed, and it really upsets me, and it hurts me, and it breaks me, and it builds me up. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because parents could just birth children and go on about their day. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that way. Like, the bare minimum, or just, oh, they got what so-and-so got. Every kid is a custom project, to where they need specific things their self. I'm an individual, so I don't need what they have just because they have it.
Right.
But it's feel like if we just check in these social status boxes, these status quo boxes, that child is okay. And you, whether you do it or not, these children are going to turn into adults. And this is where we get in. I'm a part of this world. You know, I'm a part of this generation of adults who haven't coped. You know what I'm saying? Who trying to now. That's the difference between my generation and the generation before. The generation before, they had the trauma and they were children in the mind and stuff. But now we're trying at a different, you know, level of people. You know, numbers are changing for us just to be trying therapy and to get reconnected with nature and stuff. But the stuff that children need, in my opinion, is a parent to look up to, so they won't be idolizing people. I wish, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I just had the blessing from the Most High, you know, to have my steps already written, and I wanted to make the choices that I wanted to make a choice. But I would love to have looked up to my father and say, man, I want to be my father and just better than my dad. I want to be my mother and just better than my mother. I don't even care about Jay-Z. I don't even care. Like, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be nobody. I don't want to be Michael Jordan. I want to be my dad. Like, that's why I'm waiting so long to have children, because I want to get to a point and have covered so much ground and done so many things that I make it hard on my child. So we don't have to worry about so much of the world. We can just live in our bubble, man. Like, yes, your father plays sports. Yes, your father, I was on honor roll, bro. Yeah, I wrote books. I read books. I'm gardening. Man, we got clothes. I did events. And I'm still trying to figure out new stuff. Like, okay, now we about to get into cooking. Now we about, you know, to have a food management license and then a trainer's license. It's not, like, my dad was never born.
Right.
You know, my dad was very interested. And then, outside of the social status, I gave him the emotional confidence to have conversations with me. Female too, my daughter. But it's like, these are new people. So why not introduce yourself to this person? And every day they're changing as well as you. So you're going to have to reintroduce. I'm just saying, get locked into a relationship with your child, because if you think about it, if 80 hours are going to a job a week, and then you're supposed to sleep 8, so 56 hours is going to sleep. There's no way you're giving your child at least 40 hours. There's no way you're giving a relationship. This is why relationships fail. You ain't even giving your relationship. You're giving work. You're giving all this stuff to chase money all your time. You know what I'm saying? Then your leftover time goes to any extracurricular activity that makes you feel good, not the enhancement. So to move forward, you know, we want to talk about this Des Moines sex trafficking victim, Piper Lewis, who was sentenced to probation instead of prison, September 13th. For killing a man, she said repeatedly raped her, and now she's 17. She pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and willful injury after killing Zachary Brooks, a 37-year-old father of 3 children, who she said sexually assaulted her multiple times in the weeks leading up to his killing. She was facing up to 20 years in prison.
So basically, I want to just touch on a couple of things that just has me kind of bothered. One, the reason why she gets manslaughter is because she pled guilty. Okay. For how can I say this? It was premeditated. That's really why she got the amount of time that she got, because they're trying to make it seem like she was raped several times leading up to the murder. You see what I'm saying? Like they play these type of games with the law, as far as like they make it premeditated. Because if she would have first said she got raped the first time, it probably, you know what I'm saying? That's why they worded it leading up to, you know what I'm saying, say things like that. I don't agree with none of this, to be honest, because it still made her plead to something that she was a victim of, you know, if it's true. She was a victim of a man that raped her. Did they look into him? Did they prove anything? Because just because she pled guilty, but what did he do? What proof did he do? Like, what did he do to her? Like, what did y'all find out about him? Because all we know is that she got sentenced. You know what I'm saying? Did he get found guilty of rape though? You know, these are my questions. This is why I wonder about it. And I don't think that she should be a victim and a suspect at the same time. You know? So that's just my take on it, man.
I think that she she shouldn't have pled guilty to the charge, but at that moment she probably didn't have enough for a lawyer to beat the charge, so that's probably what it was, which happens in a bunch of cases. But then I also think, or I wonder, did they find like other females that say that this was a sex trafficking victim? Because that's another thing.
Right.
When you're dealing with that, you're dealing with the law. That's where we went back to say there's right and wrong. Yeah, there's right and wrong. That's dealing with morality. But then you have the law that's dealing with black and white. And until, you know, you can't really dig into somebody that's now dead. You can't really dig into somebody, you know what I'm saying, if you didn't find out that there was other sex trafficking victims. That's my only thing. It's like his word against hers, and he don't have no word. So that's what really messes it up. And then, like you said, the first time, you know, you like, man, she should have said something or something. But I don't know her. Like, I don't know how did the police only get involved once she did the act of committing him, of killing him. Okay, in that instance, did they come and see a bunch of women in the house or something? Because maybe that's why she couldn't report it the first time, because she was maybe locked in the basement or something like that. So it's just a bunch of layers to it. Of course, I mean, it worked out in her favor in the way that she doesn't have to spend the time in prison right now. She must serve 1,200 hours of community service. She got to cover more than $4,000 in fines, and then she must stay at the Fresh Start Women's Center, which is a residential facility, while she is on the probation. So basically, she'll be at a housing facility, getting her restoration and becoming a woman with support around her. And she must provide $150,000 in compensation for the death of Mr. Brooks' estate. And then if she violates, then boom, she got the 20 years hanging over her head. That's basically saying a person's life is worth $150,000. So that's weird to me too. So it's like there's different parts that the law plays that is kind of, it messes with your moral compass. And then the judge also stated to her like, well, this is well, Miss Lewis, this is the second chance that you asked for. You don't get a third, and that's what kind of sucks because that shows you that in your level of desperation, you begging for a second chance, and your normal beg for a second chance would not put you in a negative or have you walking a thin line so much as though that your life can still be thrown away. A second chance really would have been, can you please check this thoroughly? Make sure, check me, give me a DNA test, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me a real, investigation. That's really a second chance because if you're telling the truth, it's going to pan out. Then you cannot do this to me. Then try me as an adult, woo-woo, so this stuff can get thrown away because I got probable cause. And give me a jury. I mean, give me some mothers on the stand. You know what I'm saying? Make it right. Moving forward, they did have a GoFundMe that created for her. You know what I mean? The 17-year-old young lady, and they raised more than $405,000 from 10,500 donations, and that was just as of Thursday. So I wonder, is there a way she can appeal it? Is there a way now she can get that lawyer? I just be because she can now pay all the fines. She could pay the fee and all that, but can she get her name cleared? Can she get her story really heard with this? That's the main thing that I think about.
She should still have remedies to take forth. So we pray on that situation. Man,
I just pray the truth come out.
The truth. That's what we searching for. Man, to get to this point, man, is truly a blessing, man. And I have a couple words, man, just for our up closing, man, in this show, man, just how much it means to me to be where I'm at in life. So in the past 3 years, I have overcame a lot. Despite 98 months that I've served in a federal penitentiary, this year has been the most challenging thus far. I've battled. I have achieved goals. I have backslided. I have lashed out. I have helped. I have received help and treatment. I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I've changed my activities. I've changed my diet. I've started all over. I've survived 2 car accidents. I've built new bonds and relationships. I've amended and forgiven relationships. I've grown closer to my siblings and some family. I love, I appreciate, and I am grateful where I'm at in life today and right now. Man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I thank you, my co-host, my brother, my best friend. I thank our staff, our guests. I thank everybody that supports us, that watches us, that listens to us, that loves us. I appreciate all my clients. I appreciate the love that y'all give me, the support that y'all give me, knowing that I go through so much, but we have overcame so much, and we have so much to give. I'm just so much appreciative. I love so hard, and I'm just thankful. I thank y'all. I turn the floor to you, bro.
Make sure y'all continue to follow us on Instagram at Leaders Only Show, Touch of Kendall, El Capitan Ambassador, Tone Drone TV, What a Change Mentoring Inc., El Capitan and Cartel, and hit the link in the bio and grab a book, grab 2.
The Big Payback.
And we'll see y'all soon with
yes, sir.
With guests.
Make sure y'all watch
2.
the episodes 1 through 12, man. We made it. And we appreciate y'all. Love all. Thank y'all.